Hey guys, it's Sox here. Well, today is going to be a little bit different of the kind of sports video we're going to talk about for Let's Talk. I know I've missed a lot of weeks with this video, but I think this is the perfect time to return with it, and especially with this topic, because a lot of things are thought to happen with this, or like big things that came from this. And well, I think it's time to really get into it, because in the end, sports, social issues, and politics, as much as you want to separate them, it's just hard for it to happen. I've always said it before that I'd always like to talk sports, not really think about politics, and like not think about real world issues, which I still agree on. If I go to a sports game, I just want to think about the sports like normal, like everyone else. But at times you can't, or at times there's people that have to do it, or they have to show. And it's just the right thing. And this is just going to be based on what happened last night in Fenway, where a group of people who were on the Monster put down a poster saying racism is more American, or is just as American as baseball. And a lot of people had mixed opinions on this. People didn't understand if this was pro-racism or anti-racism. People didn't really understand the message. It's just the message was a little bit confusing, I have to admit. I didn't really get it at first. Throughout it, you just understand what they're trying to say. That racism is a lot more American. Like, it's been here for 200 more years than baseball has. I get it. Understand now, but at first it was like a little confusing message. Then they had to remove the poster because they said it was just interfering with in the game, because if it hit, a ball can be hit there and it can affect how it gets hit and all that, so they removed it. But the message got loud and clearly, and a lot of people were talking about should sports and like sports events be connected with politics and social issues. Much as I don't really like it, or I'm not a fan of it, I think it is, because, well, just think about it. A sporting event is probably one of the perfect places to show your social issues, political issues, or anything like that. Think about it. You're going to a game that has thousands and thousands of people there to watch, and then you have millions watching on TV. You're telling me if you had a message that you really wanted to be brought out or have someone spread, you putting it in a sports game wouldn't be the best place to do it, where everyone will be talking about on social media, like this Fenway incident. Millions of people are talking about because it happened at the sports event. Think about if it happened in most other places, no one really think about it or talk about it. Because it happened in a sporting event, it did. Just think about it. Why do you think Colin Kaepernick got so much news coverage and all the big things? Yes, a job incident, how he doesn't have a job because of it. And I don't agree with that. He should have a job, is one of them. But because he did it on a national stage, on a sporting event where millions of people are watching him. You've seen other sports athletes like LeBron James, and all of them that one time had like the Black Lives Matter, I think it was that, or some jackets supporting Trayvon Martin, and all the police, and like you saw them protest and do their own thing on the NBA courts. And you saw when the Clippers stood up against their previous owner. Forgot his name, but I really don't care about the guy who said those racist comments, how they stood up. Yes, this wasn't, people might say this is not a sporting event, but this was perfectly in a social event, social issues. They brought down and showed it, and they proved it, and they did it in the perfect place. As much as people hate talking about sports and politics and all that together, it's also one of the greatest places to talk about it. Because look, they did it when millions of people were watching them, when thousands in an area were all staring at them doing it. When millions are on TV, talk about it. Then you have TV shows like ESPN, Fox, Sports, this, NBC, all of them talk about it. This is the biggest thing they're going to talk about. It's like these social issues. As much as you don't like them, it should be a thing. And you know, you have Barstool Sports saying that you don't want it. People don't go to sporting events for it. I understand. I respect it. But you go in Europe, you've seen soccer, you've seen all, they are very political. Like football, because I'm going to go by football because it's European. Football and political, social issues are so connected that you can't separate them. And a lot of people, you have to agree with that. Like, you can go to a sporting event, you'll see a lot of things talking about social issues and all that. Just makes sense why. You have the perfect place to put your message on. Like I said, millions of people are watching, thousands are there. Maybe people don't agree with you, but you got your message straight. You got your message out, and this is where it happens. And this is where that people might not agree with you, might not like it, might not go against you. But just think about it. Think about how much coverage or how much support, how much talk this has garnished and gained. And then you talk about what happened with the ESPN anchor, Jamel Hill, I believe. I might say the name wrong, but like how she called out Donald Trump on Twitter saying he's a white supremacist. You know, like you say, you don't want to talk about sports and politics. Well, this is one of the biggest sports anchors right now, calling out Trump, saying he's a racist. And you have the White House and the press secretary saying that this is a fireable offense. Now they call them out. This would have never happened if this wasn't involved in sports. Because of sports, there's thousands and thousands and millions of people all seeing it, watching it, seeing it on Twitter, because all these people follow her for sports and talking about sports, and all the journalists that do sports, all of them saw it. And all the sports people that have millions of followers or viewers all saw this message, including the White House, including the president. And how that spread and got so big. And now, like, you had, if this was just a normal journalist saying this, like the thousands that already do, like on Fox, or like, let's say on New York Times, CNN, I'm not really saying a certain, but I'm just saying for an example. One of them calling white Trump supremacists, like people have that are journalists. It would just be another one, it would be normal. But this happened on a sporting event, so many more people talked about. Like, I never thought the president or press secretary doing that or saying something like that. That was a little bit weird, but then again, because it was a sporting event, it was brought up. And that's why I asked my question, do you believe that sporting events should be a place where social issues and political issues should be brought up? As much as you might not agree with it or like it, do you think it should be a time? Because normally sports is where you separate yourself from real world issues, like I said before already. It's just that now it's where it is perfect for the timing, or perfect for, especially now, to bring your message and hope to gain people or your message out to millions of people. You've seen the pro athletes do it for years now. Now it's going to the fans, and the fans are taking this. And like, you have to admit, this is probably one of the best places to do it. You're never going to get millions of people like this to ever see your message or see something like this. Unless you get viral on Twitter or something. You're never going to get this many people to watch it unless you do it at a sporting event. And that's what they did, and it worked. So, just goes on with politics and all that. I'm not going to get into political issues. Just that's where I don't want to talk, because I'm not knowledgeable enough. That's why I don't. That's when I say sports issues and political issues and all that. That's why I'm a sports channel. I know sports. That's why when people say, why is Sports Center talking about politics? This is sports. You came there to watch sports. I have to agree. I'm not here to talk about social issues, but if you're knowledgeable enough, if you have the right information, if you're giving out the correct information, then yeah, I think you should be able to allow it to, because you're saying the right information. When Jamel said that he's a white supremacist, even though the things he's done is not like the best, and like you could argue, yeah, he supports white supremacists and all that. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying this with other views. I just don't want to get involved with this. You can't also say that he is a white supremacist. That's just misleading or a little bit slander. But like, just think about it. This would never get that much talk and all that. So I'm going to pass the question to you guys, and I just want to be talked about in the comments. Share this video. I want this to be a huge discussion, because this is a very big topic. As much as you might not like it or agree with it, in the end, this is something you can't avoid. I know I repeated a lot of what I've said already or what I've been doing in this video, because I'm trying to like give you the point or give you the message of how important this is. And this is the question I'm going to ask, is should sports and sporting events and sports shows be a place to talk about politics and social issues? If you want to agree or disagree with me, put it in the comments below. Talk about this and all that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is going to be a little bit different, but this is a video that I had to bring up, especially with all the news going on with sports and all the political issues. I had to bring this up. If you guys enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. If you want more of these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. I do want this video to be one of the biggest videos I have, because this is just a very important video, one of the biggest videos I think I've ever made. So hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.